Okay, happy Monday. Welcome to our Monday team hangout. We do these every Monday, same time, most Mondays, unless it's a holiday, which technically I guess today is a holiday, but it doesn't really feel like one because honestly don't remember what it is. I just know that my kids are out of school. Um, we do these most Monday nights and I love them. It's fun to connect and chat with you all and just talk over different topics. And today's topic is growing leaders. Um, and yesterday I was thinking, because it kind of snuck up on me, honestly, I was out of town in Arizona. We surprised our kids with a trip there last week, and we just got back on Friday. And then I kept thinking like, oh yeah, I have Monday night team call. Like it's my turn to lead. And then I was like, oh man, what am I gonna like? I know the topic. I just don't know how I'm gonna like go about it. And then yesterday I was thinking about when we went Emerald, our team, it was April 2019. And I was just thinking about the leaders that I currently had on my team at that time. And like, how did I help them grow? And like, how did I develop those leaders? Because I feel like, okay, well, let's see. If you're on this call, if you want to go Emerald, obviously you're on this call, but like, if you want to go Emerald, drop it in the comments. Say I want to go to Maui. Like, let me know because I'm like 99% sure most of you, if you're on this call, taking the time to tune into this, you want to go to Maui, you want to earn Emerald extravaganza, you want to become an Emerald. And so I was thinking, okay, well, let's talk through how I developed those leaders that helped us to become an Emerald team. It was so interesting, honestly. Like I was a little surprised. It was fun to look back and see. I used to not be able to look at my points past I used to not be able to go back. The website wouldn't let me. And just recently, something changed to where I can go all the way back to like, not since I first started, but like to 2015 or something, which is really fun because I can see like where I was at certain parts of my journey and remember because it's been 9 years. So, you know, you don't remember everything. But I wrote out exactly how many people, level ones, I had who were sharing in some way, shape, or form. And so right here actually shows you. So I had 15 level ones who had someone on their team. So they were earning at least like the last 5 people you see, they had one person on their team because we used to just get 5 points for a level 1 ordering. I had the month we went Emerald, I had 30 level 1s ordering. And out of those 30 ordering, 15 of them had someone, like 15 of them earned a paycheck somehow. I probably had like 100 level 1s, but only out of those 100, 30 of them were ordering. Just encourage you, not everyone's gonna stick to their products and stay on them. So out of that 100 that I had signed, 30 of them were ordering, and 15 of those 30 had shared their link with someone. And every single one of them started for the products, every single one. And I hope my hope with this call is just to encourage you all that it doesn't have to look like someone else's journey to help you be successful. Like we all have, if you look at all the jewels, like we all have different stories, different like things that have happened as we've gone to Emerald and beyond. Some jewels, like they sign people for the business right away and they just run to the top together. That was not me. Every single one of my people started for the products. I started for the products. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through like what that looked like. But that was a really, really fun month. I remember, so when we went Emerald, I had just found out I was pregnant with Steele. I was like, I felt so sick. So I had found out, hey, what's up? This surprise box? I don't know what that is. We don't. Oh, I don't know, but I'm on a call. I'll be out in a minute. I had found out like 10 days before we went Emerald that I was pregnant, and I got sick like right away. I don't know if it was like my mindset of knowing I was pregnant that made me feel sick, but like I was really sick. Um, and we had just moved to Oregon. So we'd only been in Oregon like, well, maybe like 9 months. We didn't have any family in Oregon, and we had moved away from family. So we didn't have like babysitters or anything because we didn't really know people that well yet. We didn't have really any friends. We had friends, but like we were barely getting to know them. And so we didn't have like a ton of support. Brent's job was crazy. He was new at it. So it was just like he was gone a lot. We had an interesting situation with our car. Like it was just a lot going on. But I say that to say that like every single one of us like has hard things happen in our lives. Like there's never not going to be like, there's never the perfect time to work your business. There's never the perfect time to like go for a rank up. Like it's just not going to happen. Like it's life. Some of us have harder things we go through than others. That's also life. Like life's not fair. It's just how it is. And I think it can be easy sometimes to compare to others or even get into like, and I'm talking about myself because I've done this, compare to others' journeys or get into a victim mindset of like, man, if I just had this, or if I had this personality, or if I had someone to watch my kids or whatever, then I could do my business better, or I could be more consistent. But the fact of the matter is like, there's just never going to be perfect circumstances. And you gotta make, what is it, lemonade from lemons and make do with what you have. And there's always a way around things. And there's always like, everything's figure outable. And anyway, just wanted to say that because I get it. Like I've grown my business through multiple deaths in our family that were just really hard and just like so many life things. And that's just to encourage you that like, there is a way to keep going and grow your business despite it all. Okay. So I wanted to share some common denominators of like what we're going to start with how I sign them, only because like you cannot grow a leader, right, if you don't sign them first. I mean, I know, common knowledge, but recruiting is just such a huge part of growing a leader because you need to recruit before you can help them become a leader. And it is true that most leaders in Plex, like most leaders on your business are going to be created. They don't just I will say like every person, I shouldn't say every, but back then when I went Emerald, I want to say like every person who told me, I was like, who wanted the business right away, like before they signed up of like, yeah, I want to make money. They didn't do anything. So those people that were going to like go to the top with me and like, who are like, yeah, I want to be a jewel, they didn't. And so I'm saying like, most of the time your leaders are going to be like created. They don't just like join your team and take off. Like it rarely happens. But so the common denominators to me signing all 15 of these people, well, okay, 14 of them, because my mom, so to number 2, that was my mom. She was gold when we went Emerald. She got close to senior gold that month. That was such a fun month. She was gold at the time. She was my very first person to join because I called her on the phone. I told her what I was doing. She didn't even have social media. Neither did I when I started. And so she's excluded from this this part of the common denominators because she didn't see any of my posts because we didn't even have social media. But the 14 others, the common denominators was they saw my posts on social media. That is one thing since I started, I have not missed posting. Like I would say on average, I post every other day, either in my stories or on my timeline about Plexus on average. And I do a good mix of like life versus Plexus, not just Plexus. But there's never been a week that has gone by where I have not posted about my business or about the products or something. And so just been very consistent on social media. And I know that's a huge part of recruiting, and because people are watching. And so they either saw my posts and reached out to me, and then I gave them the information they needed. I followed up consistently, and then eventually they signed up. Or I sent reach out messages. This person, so let's see, back here, number 4, They don't do the business anymore, but I signed her up because she liked one of my Plexus posts. And so I messaged her. I was like, hey, thanks so much for the love on my post. I really appreciate it. Was that some, were you just being supportive? Or is this something you want to learn more about and the ways it could help you too? Something like that is what I said. It was on my old Facebook. So I have no way of like going back and looking at messages, or I would have gotten the message to share with you all. But we have examples of those on the team page of like, they liked your post. This is what you can say. And I messaged her and she was like, yeah, actually, I used to take Plexus years ago. I loved it and I want to get restarted. And she went gold. So that was from a reach out message. And I met her in a Facebook group, Growing My Network. Oh, I wanted to mention too that I'm trying to make sure I say this right. So 12 of these 15 I had never met in person. The month we went Emerald. I only knew 3 of them in person. One was my pastor's wife, one's Katie Ciccarelli, and the other is my mom. The other people I only knew on social media, and I hadn't even met them yet at like events and things yet. So I just think that's so cool that you can meet people and make friends on social media and help serve them with these products and helping them make a paycheck. It's just so cool. Okay. So that was the common denominators of how I helped sign them up. And then the common denominators to helping them start to share. Let's see, let me move this over. The first one was just good customer care. Just like being their cheerleader, helping support them in any way you can to help them get the results that they're wanting. And you do your best and then like leave the rest up to the Lord. Like you can't control people. So if they don't want to respond to your messages or they don't want to take their products consistently, like you can't help that. You can help the fact that you have a system for good customer care. So if you feel like that's something you need to work on, we have some customer care systems in the team page that are super helpful that you can either use or maybe even use as inspiration to kind of create what works for you. Because it doesn't have to look exactly the same way as other people's customer care. I think the most important thing is like checking in consistently, giving them tips, helping them with dosage, just cheering them on. I like to send handwritten cards in the mail to every new person who signs up. Month 2 after they order their first subscription goes out, month 2, I like to send them another note with a little, I send them a bath bomb, just as a thank you for their order and like thanking them for being consistent and for letting their body have that time to heal. Although I did not do that back when I went Emerald. I don't remember. I did send handwritten notes in the mail. That's just like I think that's so important. I did not do the bath bomb thing. That's a newer thing. But just having good customer care, we have I'll put them in the team chat after this call. And you might have already seen them already because I shared them in our Ruby's chat, but we have a whole list of customer care videos that are 2 to 3 minutes long. They're super helpful. You can use that for your customer care systems. And we made 9 of them so that we could send one every 10 days. It's just different sidelines that all like came together and made videos. Like I made one, Jordan made one, lots of, anyway, 9 people made one and I can send those in the team chat. It's just like what to expect when you start your products. Another is like perk points. Another one is like how to add products to your subscription. Just like tips to encourage them, give them information maybe they didn't know as they are just staying consistent to see those results. But anyway, good customer care, meeting them where they're at. Just whatever they're wanting is what I want to help them get, and being bold about the opportunity. So every single one of these 15 people I talked to about the opportunity, either asked them if they want to get their products paid for, or maybe they mentioned to me, I love them, but like, I can't really afford them every month. And like 100%, I'm going to be like, let me help you get them paid for. Like, I don't pay for my products because I know like I couldn't afford them either. And I know exactly how to help you do that. And so just being bold about the opportunity. Everyone can use extra money. Everyone can Everyone who doesn't love free products or whatever, you might word it differently. It just really depends on the person, but every single person I talk to about it in some way, shape, or form. And they saw my posts. I think that's a huge thing of part of it too, is that like, as I'm like helping them find results, helping them with customer care, like I'm posting on my Facebook, I'm posting when I got paid, like, oh, it's payday. I was able to go buy a fancy coffee today, or I was able to pay for our groceries today, or I was able to fill the car with gas, like relatable things, that everyday things that we all need. I was sharing about how my paycheck was helping meet those needs. It doesn't have, you don't have to be making like an emerald income to share about the opportunity. I remember making, like, I made a post as like, I was like right around silver, and I talked about, I was coming to convention next year as an emerald. Like I posted, like, I didn't go emerald for like 4 years or something, but like I posted like I was where I was headed, like, how do I say that? I posted like where I was headed or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? I posted like with the vision of where I was going to go. I talked about like earning emerald extravaganza because I knew people who were going. So when I was gold, I made a post about how I was going to go, and I was going to take my kids and we were going to go to Maui together. And I was so excited and I couldn't wait. So I posted things like that. And I feel like that really helps bring credibility to your messages, because then when you're talking to people about the opportunity, or maybe they message you, like they've already had some belief built in them that maybe they could do this too, or that you can help them meet the goal of what they want to do. Like you can help them be successful, whether it's getting their products paid for or replacing their income, like whatever they want. And oh, I wanted to mention really quickly back to this one, like what kept me doing this consistently, because sometimes I think it can get a little mundane, a little boring, like do the same thing every day, like grow your network, engage on people's posts and stories, and like build those relationships, and like post, and all those like little IPA things that we do every day that do grow our business. But what kept me doing that consistently, even when I wasn't seeing results, even when I felt like I was stuck, even when I even went backwards in my points, it was my vision of where I was going. Like I made my vision board. I know so many of you have made that. I made my vision board, I printed it out, and I stuck it on my fridge, and I saw it all the time, like all day throughout the day, and had that vision of what this was going to do for my family. That kept me consistent. Like that kept me doing the things. Another thing that helped me stay consistent was staying plugged in to team calls, to team challenges. I remember Jennifer Leith did, I think it was even on Monday, but she did team calls. She's our upline. If you don't know who she is, she's like 6 levels above me. She's a diamond as well, but she would do Monday night team calls, and I did not miss those. Like I was on those every week, even if I had to be like making dinner at the time, and like, or maybe I couldn't have my video on or whatever, like I would at least listen in, because I always learned something. I always walked away encouraged, inspired, that if I did the things they were telling me to do, these people who were where I wanted to go, that I would see the results that I was wanting. And so just staying plugged in, it just kept me encouraged. And then because I was encouraged, I stayed consistent. And then the third thing that helps me to just stay consistent with doing the daily things was listening to a daily video. That was huge for me, because like it kept me encouraged, like listening to a daily training about the products, or about like how to send messages or how to follow up or whatever, but it helped me to grow in my skills, so that I was better at posting on social media. I was better at sending reach out messages. I was better at following up consistently. Like it helped me grow in those skills, and helped me just be encouraged that like, okay, if these people who are sharing these tips, like they know what they're talking about because they've seen results, and now they're sharing those with me. Like if they can do it, I can do it. So I forgot to mention that. Oops. Okay. So these were the common denominators just to helping them start sharing. So all the people you saw in that first graph, I'll just go back to it really quick. Again, like every one of them started for just the products. And eventually, like a lot of them went gold. Well, 4 of them went gold and beyond by the time Katie went senior ruby that month, and then some went silver, etc. But just these are the things I really feel like help them get there, or help them to start sharing. And then what I feel like the common denominator to helping them grow past their initial goal, because obviously like a lot of like at least like 4 of those were past the point of making enough money to pay for their products. Like they were making more money than that. And so that's why they started to share. They wanted to get their products paid for. And then how did I help them grow past that initial goal of like just wanting to get their products paid for? Was I do feel like, well, first of all, like just earning a paycheck, I feel like is just like so belief building. Like, oh my goodness, like I did it. I earned a paycheck. Like this is fun. Maybe I could make more. But also just casting vision of what was possible. And I like to just like drip little things of like what is possible for them, because maybe they don't know. Yeah, they want to get their products paid for, but maybe they don't know if they add 2 more people, this is the amount they would make. For example, one time I had a girl who, something was floating around. I had a girl who she signed like 3 people and went silver, but there was like an incentive like there is this month, where if you signed 6, you got like this much more. And so I told her that. I was like, oh my goodness, yay, you did it. You signed 3. Like this is, this is what you earned. But oh my goodness, if you signed 3 more, you would actually earn this much. And she was like, oh, really? And so then she signed 3 more. And then I was like, oh my goodness, if you like signed this, like 2 more, because it was like a stair step incentive. So I just like gave her little like drips of like what was possible. And she did all of it. Like she got like the top incentive for that month. It was super fun. But if they don't know, like they might not be plugged into the team page and see what's being posted. And if they don't do the business, they're not going to be in the team chat. So they really like don't assume that they know. That's what you're there for. And I would just strip little things of like what was possible. And here are a few examples of what I like to do to cast vision for people. These are just real life examples of what I do. I post, and I know I already talked about that, but I think that's really important to be posting about the business, posting about earning your paycheck, posting about where you're headed. And I did this since I was silver. And so you don't have to be earning a huge paycheck to be doing this. Share a Diamond Doc they could relate with. So maybe they're working to get their products paid for, but you watch a Diamond Doc that reminds you of them because maybe they're a single mom, or maybe they're a stay-at-home mom, or what, I don't know, something about the Diamond Doc that reminds you of them. Maybe they're a homeschool mom. There's so many Diamond Docs. Hang on, my foot's falling asleep. I like to send it to them, be like, hey, oh my goodness, I watched this and I thought of you. You should totally check it out. How fun would it be if we went to Hawaii together, or something like that? Like just casting that vision of like, we would have so much fun traveling together. Tagging them in a post about Emerald Extravaganza and just let them know like, this would be so fun. Like you should do this with me. Showing the next step of what's possible. I kind of already mentioned that. If they hit their first goal, like adding 3 and earning that referral bonus, then I would be like, okay, you're a mate, like go shout them out. That's another one on here, recognition. There's a quote that says people work harder for praises rather than raises, which I like praises and I like raises. So you can't go wrong with recognition. Shout them out on the team page, shout them out on their Facebook. But then show them, like, tell them like, oh my goodness, if you actually added 3 more people, you would make, it's about $600 more this month when they add, when any of us, if any of us add 6 people, our paycheck grows by about $600 because we get $400 for adding the 6 with the incentive. And then when you factor in the $20 bonus we get from each of those 6 people from that initial like 20% we're getting from their first order, and then the pay points, you're making 36 more pay points from those 6 orders. It all adds up to be, actually, it's probably more than 600. It's a lot. And so like, tell them that. And I mean, like, how motivating is that? If they knew they're going to make, I mean, so if they add 3 and they make $300, say they fast start, they make $300. And then I would just be like, oh my goodness, did you know if you add 3 more this month because of the cash incentive we have, you would make about $500 to $600 more, whatever it is. You can figure it out on your calculator. But let them know, like, that's a huge chunk of money, in my opinion. So I just like to like show them the next step of what's possible, connect them to the community we have, whether that's in the stories and supplements page. If they are wanting to do the business, connect them in a team chat, whether it's one that you created or it's our big one, whatever one works for you, for your person. The team page is a great place. That's something I always like to just connect them, because you never know. The reason I actually do the business is because I was added to a team page and I was a silent soccer person. Like, I didn't like or comment on anything, but I watched all the posts that were posted in that team page. And I watched, like, Laura Robinson was when she got her first Lexus. And I watched like different of our uplines hitting these goals. And I watched them share their paycheck and their, like, what they were earning and the trip they were going on. And that really inspired me to want to do this too. And that was from a team page that Adrienne added me to, and she didn't ask, she just added me. So you don't always have to ask people, that you can totally just add them, because it's just a great resource for them. If they don't want to be in there, they can always take themselves out. Another way to cast vision is send them the income disclosure and let them know, like, and these are people I've already signed. I'm not talking about people that haven't signed up yet. These are the ways that I just casted vision for those people that you saw on the first slide, of like how they went from signing up just for the products to adding people under them. And you saw, like, a lot of those people had, let's go back. Oops. They did not have a lot under them. They had like 1 person or 2 people or 3 people, like number 8 through 15 had 3, 2, and 1, like, people under them. And so they weren't really like huge business builders, but that helped us to go emerald. And so even if someone just adds their mom, even if someone, adds 2 people, like, it all matters. Every order counts. And then you never know who they sign who maybe would want to do this too. Like, I just signed someone up. Was it last month? I think it was last month. Yeah, it was last month. She wants to get her products paid for. And so I had someone already under me who was her sister-in-law. And I was like, hey, you can totally just order under your sister-in-law, because she wants to get her products paid for. And now she wants to get her products paid for. So they both want to get their products paid for. And like, it's just because we were talking about it. And then I let her know, like, oh, if you add 3, this is what you're going to make. If you add 6, this is what you're going to make. It's a huge difference. So when you add 3, it's 300. If you add 6, it's like 800. Like, that's a big jump. And so I'm letting people know, I'm not just saying 3, I'm letting them know, like, 3 more is a lot more money. And she wants to get her products paid for too. And so you never know who you're going to sign, who might sign someone who will also want to do this. Jan, I don't know if Jan's on here, but you all know Jan. She's like a boss babe. Like, she's amazing. She has like 50 kids. Just kidding. Not really. But she's like such a hard worker. She's a single mom and she's incredible. And she's not my level 1. She's my level 2. And she will be like a jewel. Like, it's happening this year, 2024. And so it doesn't have to be your level 1. Maybe you sign someone who never wants to do the business, but they connect you with someone who does. And lastly, this is one of my absolute favorite graphs, is that what they're called? Okay, I'm gonna wrap up. Sorry, this went a little longer than I meant to. I remember seeing this. I think I was gold when I saw this exact same picture. And I think I cried, because I was like, okay, like, I'm closer than I think. And like, I just have to keep going. Because, like, can you imagine if this dude who's walking away, he was so close, and he gave up. And if he was just gone just a little bit more, and I don't know, it so motivated me that I was closer than I thought. And I was going to have my next breakthrough. I just had to figure it out. I didn't know how it was going to happen or when it was going to happen, but it was going to happen, because I was not going to quit. And I just wanted to share that with you all, because you all can do this. It is possible for every single one of you, whether your goal is to make enough to go on a trip with your fam or completely replace your income, whatever it is, like it's possible. And just my closing tips is just this. I mean, I know it's basic, but stay consistent. It really is, it's just so important, even when it feels like things aren't happening. We actually have so starting tomorrow, we have another mini biz challenge on our team page. It's 4 days, and it's just going to be doing like the simple everyday things that we need to do to be growing our business. But I think it's just like helpful sometimes to see other ways to do it. I just know IPA challenges basically is what it is, but those helped me so much in growing my business because it just helped me know what to do. I just wanted someone to tell me what to do. And this is what we're doing. We're telling you what to do starting tomorrow through Friday, 4-day mini biz challenge, but just stay consistent. Just know that if others can do it, so can you. I mean, there's like, I don't even know how many Diamond Docs there are, but if you watch them, like if you haven't watched them all, you should just watch one a day. I promise you, it's like the most inspiring thing. I did that when I was brand new in my business. I watched one every single day, or sometimes two, in bed at night, because my husband worked night shift, and I would cry because I just was so like, it just built belief in me that if these people could do it, they're so different, all these different personalities and walks of life. And this person has like 12 kids and this person isn't even married, or like they're so different, but yet they all succeeded. It's just so belief building. So if others can do it, so can you. Pray big over your business and your team, just praying for the Lord to bring those people he wants on your team and lead you to them, give you the words to say when you're messaging, help you with post ideas. A lot of times I get stuck with like, oh man, what do I post today? And I remember that I hadn't prayed like for the Lord to help me with post ideas. And I'm like, Lord, give me some ideas. Another way though that was super helpful for me was just learning from other people and how they posted. Because when I started, like I didn't have a Facebook and I had to grow it from scratch. I had no idea what I was doing. And so just learning from other people, how they posted and how they shared about the business and how they shared about the products was super, super helpful for me. And so definitely go follow some people that are going to help you with that. If you feel like that's hard, I still do it. Like I still follow people that I get post inspiration from. It's just helpful. Don't prejudge anyone, literally not one single person on that list. I don't think hardly anyone on that list I was like thought would be where they were when we went Emerald. Like most of the people that I thought would be my dream teamers were not my dream teamers. And so you really never know, like, do not prejudge anyone, because I know I was not Adrian's dream teamer, like 100%. Like I was really bad at this, you all, when I started. Like, I know some of you know this, but I one time sent a message to someone, a reach out message that was like, first of all, it was like a book, like it was so long. And then I put my name at the bottom as if they didn't know it was me messaging them, because it's Joanna on Facebook. I signed it with my name and I put my ambassador ID number. Like, who does that? Like, it was the most horrible message ever. I was really bad at this, but you can grow in any skill you need, I promise. And you just never know who is going to want this as bad as you do, who's going to have grit, who's going to just stick with it until they figure things out. So don't prejudge anyone. You never know. I promise you that. And then keep working on you and your mindset. This is 80% mindset, 20% skill. It's so true. Just watch a video a day. That helped my mindset so much. And then know that everything is figure outable. It really is. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it. I know there's just things that happen that just feel really hard, but there is a way around it. I promise you. You got this. Did anyone have any questions before we end this? I'm going to go back to you all are so sweet. I'm just now looking at the comments. I just don't want to miss any. Let me go back through. Oh yeah. See, Jenny's talking about her level 2. Yes, exactly. Okay. I love this so much. You just never know who's going to want to do the business, which is also not what we were talking about, but taprooting is it's just really important. If you don't know what that is, go type it into the team page and you'll find an answer to it. But that's a really good thing to do in your business as well. I Another one I have, Vonda. You all know Vonda. She's amazing. And she was signing someone right before this call. She's my level 4 and none of her, wait, 4 Vonda or 3? Level 3. And none of her people like above her work the business. And so I treat her like she's my level 1 and like, she's amazing. All right. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for hopping on. Have a great night, you all. We'll talk to you later. Bye.